live.
Welcome to another episode of BarBackBanter. We had to change the name for fucking legal reasons.
First episode. Fuck.
First fucking episode, man. Fuck me. I'm your host, Alexis Sardui, and
This is Johnny Brazo.
Johnny fucking Brazo, and this is BarBackBanter. From here on out,
I like the new
we're
name.
not fucking changing it again.
I like the new name.
I do like the new
A lot
name.
of alliteration.
Yeah, no, just like BTB just like stood out, and when we found out that fucking TMZ owned it, we're like, okay, no way in hell are we fucking keeping this shit.
Oh,
Like,
even more, it's BBB. Anything to take the Better Business Bureau down a peg, just to put some dirt on their name because they're fucking dirty.
you ever see the? Well, you don't have Instagram anymore, but you gotta get back on there just to see that the level of fucking cyberbullying that people do to the ATF's.
I love it.
official
I
Instagram
see
page.
it pops up like because I be on Reddit sometimes,
Yeah.
and they be ripping them a new one on there too, and it's like, how many dogs did you shoot today?
Dude, every fucking comment is about, oh yeah, keep your dogs inside.
No, they could come up and be like, oh, we saved 800 immigrants. That was under the cartel's thumb. Well, how many dogs did that take?
Yeah, no, dude. No, one of my favorite ones that I saw on there is, wait, so I can't sell a gun to my neighbor? Question mark.
Well, if you're in Florida, you can.
Yeah, I don't think he was. I don't know.
It bothers me. I took advantage of it when we lived there, or when I lived there. Just the zero regulation on gun law, on private gun sales. You don't. There's nothing like you.
Does it apply to all Florida residents though? Or like, do you need to have a Florida driver's
It's just,
license?
I mean, there's zero regulation, so like you don't have to show ID or anything. Like I could roll over there today and be like, hey, here's $10,
right,
give me a gun.
like as a Colorado resident, you can still go to Florida and.
I couldn't buy one in a store.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
but dude, like there's this.
So I was thinking about going to the shooting range with my dad, and they're like, no, you need to have like a fucking carrier's permit, or you need to have like your own gun with your permit. It's like, why?
Why do you don't? Okay, I don't know anything. Like just to bring like a pistol or a shotgun, like you don't need you don't.
No, but you have to bring your own weapon. For you to rent out the weapon, you need to have a carrier's permit.
No, my dad. When my dad visited, we went shooting. Me, him, and my roommate. My dad rented a Beretta. We went to Shooter's World.
I guess the shooting range I'm going to is a fucking pussy then.
Yeah, a bunch of.
I won't put him on blast. So today's episode, we are going to be discussing the cult of personalities of particular genres and like the one underlying factor.
It's a great song. Cult of personality.
It is a fucking banger. Yeah,
I know your anger.
But no, yeah, one thing that like you and I always bonded over was just like our deep fucking love of hip hop and our deep love of rap music, whether it be like us producing music or just like me fucking around in your room that you had like set up as like a studio, or like us going to Chris's house or mutual friend. And I don't know why the fuck I'm not slurring, but like just mumbling. And I need to fucking speak up.
Ow now, brown cow. Ow now, brown cow. The life of the wife is ended by the knife.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, my mouth is all loose.
No, so yeah, like one thing that like actually like got me interested in talking about this topic of just like cult-like personalities that certain musicians have, and like why rap gravitated that toward for me at least was recently I had this girl that I used to see about a year and a half ago blow up my phone. It was like fucking 1 a.m. I had closed the bar that night, so I was already asleep, and I saw that I had like 3 missed calls from this person I hadn't spoken to in months. And I mean, we didn't really end on like decent terms, but it was just like, it was more than a one night stand, but a very, very far away from like any type of relationship. And I guess she felt some type of way about it.
Addicted to what the dick did. That's the way. That's the label.
Your words. but yeah, pretty much. But no, she. But one thing that always stuck with me was very intelligent woman. Like just like had her shit together. She was like 35, 36, and I was 26. You know, I aim for the older ones.
Sleazy Sardui on the mic.
Sleazy fucking Sardui indeed. She was a fucking massive Taylor Swift fan, and like obviously, like, she has a fucking massive following, and I don't mean like #1 fan. I don't mean like devout fan. I mean that if Taylor Swift decided to break bad tomorrow morning and start a cult in some island outside the U.S., this bitch would have like a clipboard collecting people's social security numbers so that they can get other people to join. That's the level of fanatic towards Taylor Swift. Like, I mean, I get that she's talented, and I guess she gravitates to a certain type of, I guess, music fan. But I don't get like how someone can be that much of a fanatic over someone that's just like
easy. She grew up on Radio Disney.
Yeah, probably. she grew up. Okay, let's dig into that. Bitches that like gravitate towards Disney are statistically fucking nut jobs.
Yeah, we lived in Orlando.
Yeah,
think of it, like there was two different.
They were there by the fucking carload.
There were adults who were just full on Disney fanatics. We all seen the bumper stickers.
Yeah,
and then you have the from out of town tourists who fucking jaywalk everywhere with their Mickey Mouse shirts, and you just...
I really heard your age in that fucking grind and you grinding your teeth. Fucking jaywalking. Okay, so yeah, she was just a fucking fanatic of Taylor Swift. Like I can't overemphasize that enough. And so that night she randomly hits me up, calls me 3 times, and then I see on my Instagram and on via text message, which means she sent it on one of them and copy and pasted onto the other because it was the exact same message. So she wanted me to read this abundantly clear. But she like drunkenly texted me just how I was like megalomaniacal and that like I deserve to rot in hell, and like she's...
Took her months to come up with this. And she was one thing that caught me off guard is she was misspelling words, but like what she was saying was rhyming, which begs the question is like, is this like a poem that she wrote about me, or is this like just like off the dome and like is she just like free? So I responded with the one thing that like I knew was just gonna completely shut this conversation down from ever happening again. All I wrote was, wow, I don't know if you're expressing your emotions to me or if you're just writing me Taylor Swift lyrics. Have a great night. Fuck out of here, dude. Like, we haven't talked in fucking 7 months. Like, that bitch was stewing. She definitely grew up on Disney.
Dude, she grew up on like, dude, she let that shit stew. Like, marinate in her. Like, I can make so many sexual puns right now.
I'm so glad you're still breathing. Like, I'm surprised you didn't wake up to her like standing over your bed. Like
she did have, she did have sharp nails. But yeah, no, I'm glad I after that message I mysteriously got blocked. And I had to listen to a Taylor Swift song after that.
Ah, fuck it, I would have got Miley Cyrus. I came in like a wrecking ball, just out of spite.
What was that?
I will stoop to that level, but not to your favorite artist.
No. There's one. The one with Kendrick, Bad Blood. That one will stay in my head like a fucking tumor, and like it's not a good song.
Dude, I can't. Honestly,
Kendrick has a good verse on it, and yeah, it's just a Taylor Swift hook.
I'm gonna say I honestly don't think I've ever heard a Taylor Swift song all the way through.
You listen to the radio a lot more than I do.
Yeah, but
you probably listened to it and just didn't know it was her.
Well,
you just thought it was some generic white bitch.
Because the radio stations I listened to, she wouldn't even be on. Because when I moved here, I started listening to stand-up comedy station, and then in Florida, I listened to 101.1 JRR.
Yeah.
So like that was all alternative rock. So no matter how you slice it, like my music taste is all over the fucking place.
So as far as would you say that like hip hop and rap are stay in like the category #1 as far as like genres that you follow, like that of a cult like following?
For sure. Like, cause I mean, like we talked about last episode, like I've been on the Spanish music kick. I'm always on a different music kick, but the one thing that since it's entered my life has stayed completely consistent has been rap and hip hop. I remember when it started. I got on.
What was the first album you bought?
The Carter 3 by Lil Wayne.
That's a good one.
Fuck yeah, dude. Lollipop.
Way better than mine, dude. Mine was Nellyville.
Dude, I was aware. Like, I'd listen to Nelly and shit like that when I was younger because I had, like, when my older sister, like, was living in the house. Like, that's what she was listening to.
and stuff like that. But,
Nellyville and the soundtrack for 8 Mile were like the two that just like made me start wearing hoodies and shit.
But my first ever album when I was a little kid, you're gonna laugh, Lou Bega, Mambo Number 5. To this
that makes sense.
To this day,
Lou fucking Bega, Jesus Christ, I haven't heard that name in so long.
To this day, I know every word to every song on that album.
Oh, damn, it doesn't fall short of Mambo Number 5.
No, Mambo Number 5 is just the first track, dude.
That's Lube for me, bro.
But you know what the second album was? And I don't know how this happened.
What?
Afro Man, Because I Got High. Or no, Good Times.
Yeah.
Because I Got High, Tall Cans, Crazy Rap.
I'm trying to think of after. You know what it was for me? It was whichever one came out first between 8 Mile and Nellyville. I think it was Nellyville. I think Nellyville was like 2001 or 2002. Then 8 Mile, and then I would say Outkast was my third one. And like obviously like we all like got familiarized with them with like Hey Y'all, and like once they were like already in the rap game for like 10 years.
Miss Jackson.
Yeah, Miss Jackson. That was a fucking banger that I still play to this day.
I don't care how old, like when that song came out, because I do remember that song, or I don't know if it came out then, I was young, but I remember hearing it for the first time, and like even before like I got in the hit, like I remember that song distinctly.
It's one of the best things your old black roommate said, and is like, he goes, if you're at a barbecue and that song ain't playing, that's just whack.
You know someone else from that era that I don't even know if you know Nappy Roots is?
I heard the name.
You know,
I don't really listen
we're gonna have a good day. Ain't nobody gonna cry today.
No.
Cause ain't nobody gonna die today. No. Dude, that's a classic.
No.
Fish Scales, Skinny D.
Skinny D I've heard of. But,
yeah, he's in Nappy Roots. There's like other guys in there, but I can't.
Are they all like of that like Atlanta circuit or?
I don't even think they're from Georgia.
Oh, I thought you meant like from that area.
Yeah, I think they're from, like, they're probably from Georgia, but I think if I had to put my money on it.
When in doubt, it's Georgia. Georgia comes out with some fucking fire shit. Like, I mean, from anything from like Outkast doing like the South got something to say that at that music awards, the show that fucking Suge Knight and P Diddy were like about to shoot each other.
Yeah.
Between that, fucking Gucci Mane, fucking 3-6 Mafia.
3-6. Oh, I forgot.
Oh no, wait, no, fuck. They're from Memphis, actually.
Oh yeah.
They're from.
But I forgot about 3-6 for a while.
I don't know of another group that like is that commonly mistaken with. Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. Dude, I was actually listening to Lil Jon. I was in the car with my girl. She was playing music I didn't really fuck with. I was playing music that like. She knows that I like, but like she wasn't really fucking with as well. And I just threw a fucking Hail Mary toss. I played What You Gonna Do by Lil Jon. Dude, we were like punching the fucking ceiling of the goddamn car, dude. It was so much fun.
I fucking remember mine. I lost it.
Dude, we're like legit at Walmart, like pushing the car, like, what you gonna do? Shit, what you gonna do? Shit.
Do you remember VIC? I'm a beast. What you know?
Yeah.
What you know about?
Oh my god, that was like in a video game, like one of the, like a football video game.
Yeah, I think it was in Blitz.
Yes, it was in fucking Blitz. That's right.
I remember that's the one like, football game I ever got into.
The one you can like fucking juice up your players.
That was the one that invented the hit stick, bro.
Invented the hit stick, dude. Like you had the option of like organically like letting your player heal or just shooting them up with a fucking mysterious syringe and just go and they're back in the fucking field.
Yeah, like, it was Madden.
We were like 8 years old, dude. Like, what the fuck are we like? Dude, I would always make them fucking juice the players, dude. I wanted fucking monsters.
I need HGH.
Yeah, dude. I didn't, dude. I treated my players like lab rats, dude. Like, just fucking shot them up with
Tell
shit.
me something. If Lil Jon had like a talk show, like Springer or Ricky Lake, would you watch it? Lil Jon,
with or without sunglasses?
Oh.
You ever seen him with sunglasses? Or without sunglasses?
No, I don't think I have.
He looks like a fucking pug.
And
not like a cute one either. Like the inbred pugs that like one eye's looking at like both their parents.
So kind of like Flavor Flav.
Oh no, worse. No, dude, it's really fucking bad. Like go ahead and Google it, dude. It's really bad. Like Lil Jon, there's a reason why that motherfucker wears sunglasses. Like, and shout out to Lil Jon, dude. Like that motherfucker made an entire career off just entertaining, fucking yelling at you music. But
well, that's Lil Wayne. That's racist. Fucking Google.
No, fuck.
Oh wow, you can kind of see it through there.
Oh no, here you go.
What the fuck? Hold
up. We're looking at Lil Jon's high school photo, dude. Jesus Christ.
That's definitely him. Look at that mouth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude, I mean, this guy made an entire career off just. This man made an entire career of just yelling in a microphone. Like, you think they ever needed to get his levels down?
Dude, it's a preset.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, that man fucking.
Or either that.
That man screamed into a microphone and bought houses doing that.
Dude,
shit.
he was the first DJ Khaled.
No.
Think about it. Think about it. Okay, Lil Jon, he had.
No, Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav.
Who came first?
Dude, Public Enemy.
Okay. That's
1989, a number,
Did
another song. That was a song that like both my parents were not huge into hip hop, but my dad definitely got me onto Public Enemy. And that was one that like I remember like going to like football games and just like fucking just ready to just attack a motherfucker. Like,
did I ever tell you I accidentally saw Lil Jon Flavor Flav in concert for free with like DJ Cool and Humpty Hump.
How was he?
Oh, dude, he was so fucked up, dude. Like,
what year was this?
I was still living.
I mean, he's still getting like domestic violence charges nowadays. Allegedly, I don't know if that's true or not.
I was still living in DC, so this had to have been 2011, 2012.
Okay. So this was after Flavor of Love.
Yeah, definitely, because he was old as shit. But like, dude, he was so fucked up. Like, first of all, he almost got kicked off stage by the cops because he started doing 911's A Joke in Your Hood a cappella. Like, just like while the
when the DJ doesn't even want you to sing that shit, it was like
they were switching performances, so they're like changing the stage, and he goes 911's a joke in your hood, and like he went like through like a whole first verse and both choruses, and like someone pulled him aside, he's like, yo, you gotta fucking stop, cops are getting pissed. Like, and that just shows that like Fairfax County Police just have no balls, like whatever. But my favorite part of that whole time was at the end, because it was like a county fair thing, Fairfax County Fair.
Yeah, we might. Let me pause this real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be right back. And to quote the great Dr. Phil, and we're back. I had some fucking neighbor of mine that's tearing down our fence, and I was just wondering why he was doing that. Yeah. But yeah.
So anyways. But before we were so rudely interrupted, I was talking about Flavor Flav at the Fairfax County Public Fair. So my favorite part of that whole thing was he was so fucked up. Like at the end of the whole thing, there were fireworks that went off, and no shit, he was reacting 3 to 5 seconds late every time. So it would be like, you'd see, he'd like look and point at it, and it would be like, wow, wow, like, dude, it was just like, bro, what kind of time? What are you on that it creates that such of a time delay in your own brain?
You want to hear more of something that's even more of a mind fuck than whatever he was on? He's a classically trained pianist. That's not a joke. That is 100% true.
Okay, but do you think that was like overridden by all like the fucking drugs he was doing?
No, because I mean, if you still see like footage of him like just at like a fucking Guitar Center like doing signings, he'll still play piano, and like he plays like lights out. I mean, like Frederick Chopin level, really? like classically trained pianist, which begs the question of like, how calculated is all the wild shit that he does, or is he that fucking crazy and just like also that talented?
Well, I mean,
because he never produced for Public Enemy. No, or at least I don't think.
I want to say I want to say I'm surprised by that, but honestly, like to me, that's the same caliber as like when you find out that T-Pain can actually sing really well.
Yeah.
Which, if you know anything about like audio engineering and how auto-tune works, like for auto-tune to come out the way it does for him, you have to be very good at singing, because it's like much more like singing regularly. Like you got to carry a tune for a specific thing, but like he modulates his own voice.
His NPR Tiny Desk was really good.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah,
yeah, he fucking killed it.
What's your favorite Tiny Desk?
Ooh, fuck.
I know you were on that Dua Lipa one for a while, which I don't blame you, because that one was fucking on par.
I'd also drink her bathwater.
Belle Delphine over here.
Yeah, she'd never have to sing again, dude. Like, oh my god. Yeah, no, Dua Lipa's was the shit. I remember one of my roommates was fucking tripping balls one time when we were watching that NPR Tiny Desk, and I remember him just like kind of just like not blinking and just staring at the screen. And I turned to him and I'm like, "You good, dude?" And he just looks at me and he's like, "Dude, she's so fucking hot I can't even look at her." He was like looking at like the corner of the TV the entire time. So yeah, I was on a kick of Dua Lipa's, but like that's
one. Like you can only watch one so many times.
That's a banger. Anderson .Paak's is fucking lights out. Anderson .Paak and the Free Nationals, which I still stand to this day, is probably the best concert I've been to.
Mac Miller's was dope.
Mac Miller's is pretty good. His was good, but like it's the same thing with like Nirvana's Nevermind, where it was great. He died young, and then there like hundreds of millions of people watched it after his death. That doesn't negate the fact that like Mac Miller wasn't extraordinarily talented, and like I think he's a fucking great rapper. But yeah, dude, he's definitely had that cult like following where Mac Miller and Rick and Morty, like I'm a fan of them. I hate their fan base.
Yeah, 110%. I will say about Mac Miller, because I never claimed to be a big Mac Miller fan. Like I followed him like the beginning. Like I remember when Kool-Aid Frozen Pizza dropped. That was everybody in my shit.
Yeah, I didn't. That wasn't an era of Mac Miller's music that I got into.
His early shit, like when he was like still in high school or just out of high school, and then Best Day Ever was like my favorite album that he did. But
Nike's on My Feet, I think, was the first thing I had heard from him.
Well, so
which was off one of those albums.
I'm guilty of like when I hear an artist that like I get into in the beginning and then they become like a radio star or like a mainstream star. And then, like, I end up hearing nothing but, like, what is pushed. And I'm like, it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I remember it was, like, very soon after Mac Miller died. And it was, like, you, me, and a couple of the people. And we were just talking about it. And then you showed me the thing he did with the internet. Objects in Space.
Objects in the Mirror.
Bro, like that one, I'm not gonna lie, like I got a little choked up. I was like,
dude,
it was so fucking raw.
So raw and fucking, dude, the internet's Ego Death is still one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time. And like Sid the Kid has done so much shit that it's like it's honestly hard to keep track of like what she's doing between Steve Lacy's solo work, which is the internet's guitarist. Everything she fucking did for Odd Future, everything she did for Tyler, everything she did for Earl Sweatshirt. She is a fucking master producer.
If you followed anything Odd Future, you know who Sid the Kid is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's Taco's sister.
Yeah, exactly. If you watched Loiter Squad.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, dude, she's fucking amazing. And like what I admire so much about her is she takes on each project individually, and what I mean by that is her beats are astronomically different from what she did with like Earl Sweatshirt to what she did with like Mellow Hype or what she did with the internet or what she's done like producing for other people. She, I think, even produced for Kali Uchis, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, dude. She's all over the fucking place. That bitch got fucking money from the amount of... Dude, she did just for doing Yonkers by Tyler.
Dude, Tyler's
That's one of the hardest fucking beats that came out of like our like high school.
But to be honest, and also like as hard as that beat was, can you think of anybody else who could have touched that beat like Tyler did?
No,
because that was such an Odd Future type of beat. Like it was just so weird
and fucking just raw. Like the video's fucking gritty. Like fucking Earl's Sweatshirts. Earl was that fucking I'm a hot and bothered astronaut crashing while jacking off to buffer. Dude, that is like they were on a fucking kick when they were just like children. Like Tyler, I think was like 20, but I mean Earl was like, that song went viral. He was like 16 years old. He had to go to a fucking boarding school because he was just like doing fucking wild shit. I'll never forget. I remember when
Free
they were
Earl.
I remember Free Earl, and I remember in 2012 when he was finally 2011 or 2012. He was 18 years old, got out of the boarding school that his mother sent him to, and then his first public appearance was, I think, even shown on Loiter Squad when they are showing their show at their first like what's that clothing line that Tyler has? The one with the fucking donut. God damn it.
Odd Future.
No, it's I forget the fucking name of it. But anyways, they showed the episode where they did a drop of like his like clothing line, and then they did the performance at New York, and Earl was at that show. And I had a few friends from high school that in South Florida that went to that show, and dude, they, like the videos they showed me were so goddamn good.
So, I got a question. So Earl Sweatshirt, his mom sent him to a boarding school, right? Which is a private school. You got to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Right? Did his mom like take the money that he made from Odd when he was doing music with like Tyler and them, and then use that to send him away from the money?
I mean, were people monetizing on YouTube at that point?
I think so, but I mean, they were big enough. They were doing shows.
Yeah, but if he wasn't there, then he's not making any money.
But it was his like royalties off his tracks.
No,
or do I got my timings all fucked up? Where he wasn't. No, really
but they didn't have. I want to say the first thing that they dropped as like Earl Sweatshirt was I want to say Tyler the Creator's Bastard, because Earl released
great fucking song.
A great album. Earl's debut album only released on YouTube. And that music video was only released on YouTube. It was never on what used to be iTunes, now Apple Music. It was never on Spotify until recently. It was always like a bootleg track. And same with around that time, I think like Death Grips and shit came out too. Please take this shit off. Jesus Christ.
I just paused his mom.
It just bums me out at this point. He's looking at both of us at the same time.
I don't trust it.
Yeah. Turn down for what? These eyes, motherfucker. No, but Earl's a fucking monster, and I think it kind of bit him in the ass to how early he became viral, because as a fucking child you become this like prodigy. I think his dad was like a poet or some shit.
All I know is
in somewhere in Africa. I think not Sudan, like Kenya. Or
all I know is they did Orange Juice so well that everybody forgot about Lemonade by Gucci Mane.
Yeah, no,
like,
that was the same album that was like Earl's like bootleg album.
Box logo hoodies and goodies from buddies that understand that bastard was buzzing like
Woody, so we get it for free.
Dude, that shit.
No, dude, they went off. They had a bunch of tracks that they did.
The Swagger
very fucking
Virgin's dick, and if I did, it would be bigger than Earl's upper lip.
Yeah, no, they like aimed for the jugular when they first came out.
Oh,
like
sure.
they were the first, and I would think, and they were definitely the kickoff for like what came to be like almost like glam rap music. Like your Lil Uzis and your like, not all the mumble rappers, but like all like the very outlandish dressing ones definitely originated from them. I would give them the credit for that.
Yeah, that's fair, but I mean I think someone who really perpetuated that was one of my favorite artists, Jaron Benton, because he hit the scene with coonskin hats and mink coats.
And Hobson.
Yeah, because Hobson just by association, because Hobson put
they're on the same label.
Used to be,
but that's how he came about.
Yeah. R.I.P. Funk Volume. Fuck that.
You got me on Jaron Benton, dude. He's a fucking animal, and he does not get the credit he deserves.
No, he doesn't. But like
But I feel like that's a motherfucker that like shoots himself in the foot.
No, dude, he's actually when
didn't he like fucking have a meeting with Interscope? And he like stood on top of the fucking desk and
something
was,
like that.
Just freestyling, allegedly.
He's so fucking. But he was signed to SMKA, which is where Rit started and stuff like that. That's where he started, and then he joined Funk Volume.
Which one was SMK?
SMKA. That was where I think that's where Slow America started.
Oh, okay.
I want to say, I could be very wrong on that, but I know that's where Rit started.
Don't take anything we say.
Yeah, I've done zero. I just know.
This is just a memory I think I still have.
Yeah, I'd have to go. I should have Googled this beforehand. But like when Jaron Benton came, this is how smart he was. So when he came into Funk Volume, it was just Hobson, Swizz, Dizzy Wright, DJ Hoppa, and Dane. And Dane was Swizz's brother who ran everything behind the scenes and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Which he's the one who imploded Funk Volume. But Jaron Benton, when he came on, like, because at the time Dame was convincing everybody to use the same managers, same lawyers, same everything, so he could save $1 and put money in his pocket. Jaren was the only one. He's like, nah. Like he got his own lawyers on retainer. He had his own managers. He did everything himself. He was just purely with Funk Volume as a just to get his music out, and like he was cool with the people, so like he contributed to the label and stuff like that. So, but when it all broke up, like he was, as far as I can tell, like one of the only ones that walked away like pretty I wouldn't say unscathed.
No, I mean he's still somewhat relevant in comparison to, I would say, the rest of the people on that label.
Yeah,
he's still dropping music, but I mean it's not. I would still say it's still within the cusp of like underground rap
unfortunately
music. Unfortunately,
the two people who I think really tumbled from Funk Volume like dying was DJ Hoppa and Swizz. Because I
keep saying Swizz, and then like in my mind I'm going to Swizz Beats. I'm like, dude, he had an amazing career. I don't know what you're talking from fucking producing DMX to now he's hit nothing but net.
No, Swizz was the high pitched dude that was always on with Hobson. He was like Hobson's sidekick. But like his brother Dane was the one who fucked everything up. Hobson was just Hobson, so he blew up, and then he went into his own solo career. Dizzy Wright, he tripped up a little.
All you needed was a couple bars and light blue eye contacts, apparently.
Dude, he
was. I say that jokingly. He was all right. I fucked with his music for a little while.
Hobson?
Yeah.
He
was okay.
Even now, like every now and then, every time he pops up on my YouTube, I'll watch him.
But like, if we're talking lyrics, Jaron Benton.
Oh, for sure, dude. His metaphors
blows every single one of them out the water.
Oh, and his metaphors are stupid as shit, but they're awesome. Like I'm strong enough to punch through the ocean and fucking kill a whale. Like who the fuck says that? But it works. I punch through the sheetrock and make the wall hurt. Like,
so would that be the first group or first label that you got into that was like under the category of underground rap music?
Yeah, that was like, because I remember that was junior or senior year of high school. Someone introduced me to Hobson, which put me on Jaron Benton because he showed me half ounce, quarter pound. Oh, dude. But even then on that song, because that was Jaron's song, Dizzy Wright, he killed Jaron Benton on his own song on the first track I heard by any of them. But
that's dope.
Yeah.
No, dude, my first legit.
That's actually this guy who showed him to me.
Oh,
Don Torres.
Shout out Don Torres. The one that stuck out that like it has stayed in my brain like as impactfully as it did when I first listened to it was MF Doom's Mad Villainy. Ooh. That's how I got into Madlib. That's how I got into so many fucking jazz artists that they used to sample those tracks. That I would say that single-handedly got me, that was 2004. I got into it 2012 when I was a senior in high school, and I was rerunning. The fuck is that show? Shit. I'm the stone that the builder. The Boondocks.
Oh yeah.
The Boondocks. If
that was MF Doom.
So there's a scene where the two rich white guys are robbing a bank.
Once-ler the third.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all looking
those at. Two white guys are robbing the bank. Strange Ways by MF Doom is playing.
Ah, okay. I thought you were saying.
My ways are strange.
Okay. I thought you were saying that MF Doom did the theme song. I was like, that doesn't
No.
sound right.
No. He did a lot of music for Adult Swim. Like, and he did like skits and shit. Like, and now that I'm like thinking back on it, like Adult Swim like took care of his ass for a while.
Someone else was on there for a long. Like
Flying Lotus.
Flying Lotus. Oh
my god.
Yeah, I
love that motherfucker.
He got started on Adult Swim. I'll say.
Yeah,
that.
dude. No, all that fucking psychedelic music was Brain Feeder Records, which was Flying Lotus, Thundercat, and Austin Peralta. Austin Peralta was the least common or the least known one because he died at like 22. Thundercat blew the fuck up, and even before he blew up, he was like touring with like Suicidal Tendencies and like bands that have been around for fucking 30 years. And he was like their stand-in bassist. Flying Lotus was doing his shit the entire time. Flying Lotus first like became, I guess Adult Swim like kind of made him like popular, but what made him like commercial was Never Catch Me by Kendrick Lamar. He produced that piano melody, the do 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 do. Yeah, dude, they have so many fucking bangers. So for me, because I discovered them probably within a month or two of each other. The three underground groups that like got me into like fucking underground hip hop would be Odd Future, like Tyler the Creator's Bastard, Earl Sweatshirt's debut Earl album, all of Brain Feeder, so Thundercat, Flying Lotus, and MF motherfucking Doom. Dude. MF Doom, dude. I remember listening to Accordion for the first time, and just the fucking it literally sounds like someone got a stick and just fucking smacking it to like the side of a building. That snare just pops so fucking hard, and it's just such a fucking like basic like accordion, just like not even 2-note beat, and it's so fucking hard. Like
I think that
whole album's
another
fucking good, man. I still have it downloaded. I still run that album all the time.
Another like. I mean, you could call it underground because he's called the king of the underground. Is Tech Nine, Strange Music?
Yeah, Tech Nine is someone that like has somehow commercialized being underground,
which is very weird to say. Like he's mainstream, but not quite.
Yeah, no. I mean, he did that fucking song with The Rock, which like is unforgivable. But hey, like we all fuck up, I guess. It's probably the most viral song he fucking has, which is unfortunate. But yeah.
Who? Tech Nine?
Yeah.
No, he's got others.
Yeah, dude. But you want to see... Okay, but look at the views of that song next to any other of his popular songs.
Dude, the uncredited...
I guarantee you that one has more views.
That's fair, but I mean, the uncredited, like, white girl, like, drunk white girl, like, party is going to be Caribou Lou. Yeah. You know how many girls I've been meeting that's like, it's like, I love Caribou Lou. Like,
that song's...
Have you ever made it? No, you...
fucking banger.
Did you hear his other song that he made about one of his own drink concoctions called Sprocket?
Yeah, you showed that song.
Yeah.
That song's fucking... That song's too much.
We got drunk and had fights.
Back to Mac Miller, when we were discussing, you're saying that you got into him like when he did like Kids and like the album previous to that.
Yeah.
The one that got me onto him, I was like in college. Like he was well into his successful career.
Self-care.
No, not even self-care. Watching movies with the sound off. Watching movies with the sound off.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, you are. It has Asheron on it. It has Red Dot with Action Bronson on it. Matches with Absol. Shout out to Absol. Absol's a fucking animal. He's another rapper.
I know Absol.
Yeah, the blind guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker. He was on TDE with Kendrick and Schoolboy and all them. But yeah, no, he's a bad motherfucker. Yeah, that album was like the first. You can obviously tell when an artist has an amount of fame where they can kind of just go where they want to go with their career. Like those first 2-3 albums he did definitely paid for the pool. And then after that, I was just like, all right, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And he dropped an EP and Watching Movies with the Sound Off. And both of those are fucking bangers. The EP has Welcome to America on it with Joey Badass and Casey Veggies.
Oh, Casey Veggies, that's the name.
Welcome to America, motherfucker. Welcome to America. Known to drop hot.
Did you ever hear that track? I'm going to backtrack even further. Did you ever hear that track, Supermarket, with Tyler the Creator and Damo Genesis?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I think I have.
You're in the grocery
it's off Damo's album, right?
Yeah, and they're in the grocery store talking shit to each other.
Yes. Yeah. I've heard that song.
Yeah. When I cock the beam back, I'm aiming for Supreme hats. Go to hell, I mean that. But no,
the Odd Future underdog that like I would really I can't say I've followed anything that he's done, but I was a huge fan of was no more than Haji. I always thought Haji Beats was kind of a fucking cocky dickhead.
He was really good at Mellow Hype.
Oh no, he was a good rap. He's a damn good rapper, but like I don't know, like he's
got that look on him.
Yeah, he just seems like he's always just kind of in a cunty mood. Like, and he just has that like, man, what the fuck you want look like.
What about Left Brain's ugly ass?
Left Brain ugly as fuck, bro. Dude, that motherfucker looked inbred.
But his
like
beats were.
Oh no, dude, he was a fucking great producer. Mellow Hype was another one that was fucking fantastic. But Mike G had a fucking flow to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that is once Odd Future no longer became a thing, I had never heard anything that he had done after that.
He made his money and was done. Either that or he was like.
I know he dropped like one solo album called Ali. But that was like 2012.
Do you think he went the way of like Gutta Gutta from Young Money? Yeah, like once it kind of like I'm Gutta Gutta. You don't know Gotta Gotta?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, dude. Like, yeah, exactly my point. Because he was on the you remember We Are Young Money album where it was like everybody like Drake, Nicki Minaj, and all them.
Yeah.
He was on there.
Okay.
I'm gotta. Yeah, dude. I'll show you some shit.
That's.
He was on Bedrock.
Oh, okay. Wow, dude. How forgetful is that fucking guy?
I'll put her under.
I keep thinking of there's a scene in the Chappelle Show where like a security guard takes a bullet for Dave and he just goes he's trying to tell him what he needs to do for the 3rd season and he just goes, you gotta I'm dead. Every time you say you gotta I just keep thinking I'm dead.
So yeah, just talking about it. So like one artist that I should be ashamed of, but I'm not, that I was really into for a while was Stitches, straight out of Miami.
Oh, do I have a story for you?
Oh my god. Stitches!
Fucking shout out to bad Miami rap music, dude. God fucking damn it, dude. It kills me to say it. I will tell people I'm listening to Stitches comically, but there's a very, very dumb reptilian part of my brain that is enjoying it for sure.
For sure.
And that is a category in and of itself.
Dude, I'm not gonna
ignorant ass fucking rap music.
Whenever I fly, I guarantee you Kilos in My Bag comes up on my playlist at least once. I walk through the airport.
So
how many kilos do you want? I can fly right to your city if you want.
Dude, that's another guy that's fucking blown a few speakers for sure, yelling in mics. Him and Lil Jon for sure. So
what?
At the time, we're all living in Orlando. You and I were still neighbors at this point.
Yep.
My brother and I were coming from South Florida to Orlando, so it's about a 3-hour drive if you take I-95. I'm driving up, and next to me is this all blacked out Bentley. And I'm like, okay, like the most illegal tints you can possibly get. Like it looks like that monster can. Like you just can't see a goddamn thing on inside of it. And this dude is like tailgating me, getting next to me, cutting me off, and then backing up like and just fucking with me. My brother's in the passenger seat sleeping. I'm like, dude, what the fuck does this guy want? Let alone like if it was like a fucking Acura or like a fucking Ricer car, like I would get it. Like, he's just trying to, like, fuck with me so I can, like, race him or something. This dude's driving a fucking at least $120,000 Bentley.
It's a luxury car, not a sports car.
It's a fucking luxury car that has a fucking 6.0 engine in it, probably.
They sound nasty.
So the entire time, I'm just like, dude, what the fuck does this guy want me to do? And he gets next to me. I'm on the left lane. He's on the right. And he lowers his window. And it's fucking Stitches, his dumbass face with the AK
and the
tattoo
stitches.
And the stitches, and like he had a fucking like mohawk that he didn't comb. Like it just looked so fucking just raggy as shit. Like he looked like if like his passenger seat friend was just like going like this with his head and beard, and that's how he opened the window. So I wake up my brother screaming, "That's fucking Stitches!" He has no idea who the fuck Stitches is. So my brother's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking? Like, why are you keep yelling at that fucking Bentley? I'm like, dude, Stitches, the rapper, like Miami rapper. I put that brick in your face. Like nothing. Like no, nothing. So like he passes us. I get to him again, and like he's pointing me into going into the rest stop. It's like he sees me freaking the fuck out. I'm like taking a fucking photo. I think I even still have on my, I think it's like the first post on my Instagram actually.
You should put that on the Instagram.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's on there for sure. Actually, yeah, I'm certain of it. And so I talked to him at the rest stop. He's gassing up his car. He had like a show in Tampa or some shit like that. And I told him like, hey man, like I don't want an autograph. I don't want a photo. Like if like I grew up in the same area of Hialeah you did. Like I go to UCF. Like, if you need someone to make you beats, I was broke as shit at this point. I was just, like, wanting to just sell music.
Just throwing shit at the fan.
Just throwing shit at the fan and just seeing, like, or just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, essentially. Yeah. And I took down his information, and we almost got to work with each other, but, like, it just didn't fall through. And, like, I was being hesitant towards it, and I don't think, like, the pricing of it was right. But I also, like, wanted to sell him like the rights to the music because I didn't want to be affiliated with it. I just wanted to get rid of the fucking music. But the price I was asking for, I'm sure, was ridiculously fucking high because I'm a fucking, as far as a producer, like who the fuck am I? Like,
can I ask you how much you were charging?
Like
This is shithead college days, so it does not like your prices now.
Fucking Slimeback Sir Dewey. I want to say like $4,000 a track. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, no, dude, that was a fucking piece of shit.
I mean, it's fucking Stitches. You could have caught him on a different day, and he would have been like, "Fuck yeah, bro!" Like,
yeah, if he sold his fucking Bentley, he would have given me that money.
Fucking guaranteed. Like, dude, like even when I was like really trying to get into that shit, I wouldn't have produced for him only because like he seems like the kind of guy that will walk in the studio and you have no idea what mood he's in.
You have no idea what mood he's in. Like he seems like the motherfucker that would just like bring a pit bull. And just be like,
I'm cool with this, but bro, like you're making people uncomfortable.
This is Spartacus, bro. But no, he was.
This is Fluffles.
So yeah, this is Fluffles. We got a fucking problem with that. But weirdly enough, I mean, obviously, like I didn't get to work with him, and I didn't sell him any music because of my ridiculous price. But I will say, for someone with 2 AK-47s tattooed on his face, surprisingly eloquent.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Like the way that Hughes explained to me that I needed to have an Instagram to to release like music that I was making and all this, like the way he broke it down to me is like, well, it's all like this motherfucker like was one of the first people to explain like Instagram's algorithms to me in the 10-minute conversation I had with him. He's like, oh, he's like the more you post on there, it's like the more you can manipulate the algorithm to your favor. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on right now?
See, like that doesn't surprise me, but at the same time, like I don't think it's.
But it's weird to take advice from someone with AK-47 on their fucking face.
You're right, but
you usually are told your entire life to stay away from people like that.
Like my thing is like I feel like somebody had just explained it to him like 2 days prior, and like he just found somebody that he was like, oh, he doesn't know. I'm gonna share my knowledge.
Just this fucking Jew executive in Miami who's algorithms. I like
algorithms? No, algorithm. Algorithms.
I'm gonna tattoo it on my forehead. Algorithms.
Right next to the spider.
Algorithm Records. But no, I mean, yeah, he was cool as shit. Weirdly eloquent. Eloquent's a strong word.
Elegant?
No. Eloquent is the right word, but like, obviously, he didn't fucking speak like the King's English either. Like, it was just
fucking weird.
No.
Comes out talking like fucking Shakespeare.
I was legit expecting him to sound like he's just chewing on tinfoil. Just, you know what I'm fucking saying, dog. Just fucking watch out, man. Bro.
You gotta listen, bro. Like, it's a fucking algorithm.
Yeah, Algo.
I call him Algos.
Yeah, you don't know my boy Algo.
Algo.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I picture him like trying to understand algorithm. But yeah, dude, cool fucking dude. I really don't have anything like to say that he was an asshole in any way. He was nothing but nice. But yeah, no, that's my Stitches story.
I mean that sounds about. I feel like that's a lot of people's Stitches stories until they get to like the 12-minute mark.
Yeah, once they get to the 12-minute mark, they meet the pit bull for sure. Yo, get in the car. Yo, what about my car? No, get in the fucking car.
Where are we going? Stop fucking asking questions.
Yeah, yo, you a cop? It's like, no, you just fucking invited me to get in your car.
This is the most polite kidnapping I've ever been a part of.
Yeah. What you gonna do with it?
So
fucking Stitches, dude. Do you have any stories that like with like any somewhat successful rappers, even like underground or in the DC area? Or
not really. I stayed away from that shit a lot because I don't like the idea. That's why I'm not on social media.
Yeah.
I will say I went to high school with Goldlink.
Oh,
if you know who that is.
Oh yeah. You told me that.
Money all around.
Yeah.
I went to high school with him, and I remember when he was.
He's our age.
Yeah, I think graduated in
2012, 2000/2013.
I graduated. He graduated a year before me. I was class.
So he graduated with me.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought he was older.
Yeah. No. I mean, I will say though, dude, that was like his best track. Like I've listened to his solo shit. I'm not a fan.
It was trash.
You saying it's trash? I'm not a fan, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Hey man, like listen, like there's. As much as I give the utmost amount of praise to Earl Sweatshirt, he hasn't really released anything that I can really give a fuck about anymore. Yeah. It's just, I mean, there are certain artists that just had it and lost it. Like, it's a quote, Trainspotting. Had it, lost it. But he was, I don't know what the fuck it was, man. Like, Earl Sweatshirt, I'm sure it had something to do with, like, Mac Miller's death, and like even before then, he had I think everything he dropped after Doris. I think my brother nailed it on the fucking head. He either was taking too many antidepressants or not enough, and just everything was said in this manner. And it's got no emotions, but it don't even matter. Like it was just. Everything was just fucking monotone, like just boring fucking like dude, like there's no heart in this. Like and there's something to be said about like releasing music and like not even being confident to drop it yourself without having the emotion that you want me to have to this song.
How did you feel about Juice WRLD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about...
you know what? I will say I had heard a few of his freestyles. And I was impressed. Yeah. Genuinely impressed.
I'm obviously, like, speaking aside from Lucid Dreams.
Yeah, I was going to say Lucid Dreams I didn't fuck with. I don't like any of that fucking, like, Lil Peep. Like,
no, me neither. Like, but, like...
That, like, sad boy fucking, like, just punk rap music.
Yeah, it's fair.
There's a category for fucking everyone. And I know people that are fucking diehard Lil Peep fans.
Yeah. And I will say Lil Peep was garbage. Juice WRLD, I'm not so willing because like he has some tracks like he had I feel like he had like real talent and I think he was really good. One thing that was eerie was his whole album right before he died. Dude, how many times did he say I'm gonna die soon? Like I'm about to die.
I mean, if you're on everything but a pair of skates, I mean it's you're kind of you're redlining your engine eventually. Like you're gonna have to fucking like turn your car a little bit and it's just gonna fucking crash and burn.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, yeah, it's not that surprising. Like if you're just, I mean, the amount of fucking drugs they found on him on the plane that he took because like
they were searching his
they were gonna search his plane or something, right?
Something like that. I heard something about like he made his friends like try to take the fall for him.
And I guarantee you none of them did.
No, they didn't.
And he took probably fucking 10 pills more than what would have killed him.
Dude, they found him sitting in the fucking terminal dead.
Yeah. Fuck. Why don't you just flush it? I mean, obviously, it's fucking what's done is done, and obviously rest in peace. And no one, like, the fact that he died young is not, there isn't any justice in that. However, like, it's just one of those things, like, are they that important to you that you need to get fucked up? And, like... And you can still take some and then just flush the rest out. Like,
yeah, let's see, like, because
it's also the mind of a fucking addict too.
I've been like
going, it's like good luck explaining logic to that.
I've been going through like his music like after he died. I started listening to him a little bit, and like, I mean I don't know how much merit you could put to his lyrics or what he was saying. Like he was getting clean, like he was at least pulling back.
So is Mac Miller.
Yeah, so is Mac Miller, and then
Ariana Grande. Yeah, Ariana Grande fucking killed him. Fucking monster. It's not true. Don't fucking press charges for slander.
Allegedly.
Allegedly fucking snuffed him. No.
At least we got to keep Pete Davidson.
For now. He's banging a Kardashian, dude. They don't want. If you're
banging the Kardashian.
If you're fucking a Kardashian, you're not gonna walk away unscathed.
No.
Kanye, fucking now Caitlyn Jenner, fucking
Travis Barker, or not Travis Barker. Travis Barker's one.
Travis Barker is one of them now.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. The Ray J. Yeah, dude, they have like that old Chad Daniels line.
I was just gonna say,
you got like, black people off since the OJ trial. Talk about another fucking. Artist is a strong word. Comic that fucking doesn't get the credit he deserves. No, throat's fucking dry. Chad Daniels is a fucking monster. I've seen him live. Like I think you flew out to Texas when I saw him live.
Yeah, you were staying at my fucking house.
Yeah,
and I didn't get to. That's my.
Yeah, he was really good, and he did like the whole like meet and greet and like shook audience people's hands. He was cool as fuck.
Yeah, I
really cool guy.
I really think he's one of those people that like he could be bigger, but he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to be, and like why people like him is his authenticity, and him being authentic means that like he just wants to fucking stay in Minnesota.
Yeah, he makes his money, he lives his life.
Yeah, he makes a damn good living off doing what he does, but like he
found his sweet spot.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be like a Tom Segura or like a Burt Kreischer or like something of like that tier.
He doesn't need stadiums. Like
even though fucking Tom Segura used to open up for him.
Really?
Yeah, he was Chad Daniels' opener, and like he before Tom Segura started opening up for Rogan, they did like I think there was like even like a documentary with Chad Daniels, Tom Segura, and one other dude that I'm forgetting, and it's like just them like touring like the West Coast.
Okay, well we're about 55 minutes in. What do you think?
Yeah. You gotta. Well, you don't have fucking social media. Get your shit together.
Follow me on Snapchat.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Snapchat.
What's your Snapchat?
My Snapchat is at Johnny_Brazo. So that's JOHNNY _BRAZO.
And and my Instagram is just Alexis Sardui, and I think my Instagram, not Instagram. I think my Snapchat's that too. We'll leave it on there for for someone to find. But yeah.
All right, ladies and germs, we had a great time today.
This has been the Barback Banter.
Barback Banter. Triple B. Fuck the Better Business Bureau. Goodbye.